Hi, church family. I'm Pastor Jeanine Smith, and this weekend we heard from Pastor Scott White and Pastor Ray Thompson, who works in the prison ministry, and they spoke about John 13, verses 31 through 38. And Pastor Scott really talked about redemption. And that is exactly what my family talked about this weekend. You see, March 13th, 2020, 1 year ago this weekend, that Friday was the last day that my kids were in school. And the kids' teachers used that day to tell them how they were setting them up to be virtual for a few weeks, maybe a month. And so, but a whole year has gone by. And so we gathered as a family. We each had a piece of paper, a pen. We set the timer. We took 3 minutes and we each wrote down all the things that we could think of that we lost, that we missed, that were frustrating, that were difficult about this year. We wrote them down. And then we shared them, and we really highlighted for each of us 2 or 3 that were difficult. And then we prayed. And as we prayed about those things for each other, we really asked Jesus to redeem them, restore them, set them right. If you can, give it back to us in this coming year, Lord. If not, how can you use this hard time to bring fruit in another area or for another person? We just really prayed that before God. And then we took the sheet of paper where we wrote down all those things and we ripped it up. And as we ripped it up, we said, redeem it, Lord. Restore it, God. Make it right, Jesus. Take this broken thing and make it whole. We took those pieces, we gathered them up, and we threw them in the trash as a family. And then we did the same thing with a new sheet of paper, pen, set the timer, 3 more minutes. We said, now this time, let's write down all the things that God has done new in us. Surprise gifts, new things that we've learned in this year, that we've experienced, new joys that we didn't expect. We each shared and we highlighted especially 2 or 3 and said, God, thank you. We prayed in that time and thanked God for that. And as I left that space, we really left that space hopeful. We left that space looking forward to a future where God would do just that He would redeem those hard things. We've given them to Him and we trust Him to redeem them. And it's kind of like Pastor Ray said, we've got to be ready, church. We've got to be prayerful and expectant that the power of God, the power of the gospel is to take those broken things and make them whole. And so we move forward from that. This is the mom. I wanted to go into the trash and I just wanted to gather up all those pieces and look for my kids and look again at them. And I really wanted to join in. I wanted to join in what God would do in redeeming those things for my kids, for my husband. I started to think, how can I be a part of what God is going to do in making those whole? And it says in the scripture in John 13 that we're to love one another just as Christ loved us. And I think the love is this redemptive action where we get involved in someone else. Just as Pastor Scott said, redemption will always be an action. Love will always come with a decision. That redemptive work is going to be an action in someone else's life. That's what Christ did for us. It's an action. It's a decision. And we need to do the same. That's how we show love, is we look around at broken things, maybe places where the fire and the ash have come, just like in my neighborhood. See the ash? And we say, how can we make green grow there? How can we give new life and new purpose to a broken space, making it whole? We get involved. We're intentional. We move with action. It's a decision. church family. So these are my 2 things for you to do. 1, in your small group with your family, do that 3-minute exercise. Write down the things that were broken and share those with one another. Be prayerful with God, asking God to redeem those for one another. And then have a conversation between you. God, how can I be a part of redeeming someone else's broken story? And share ideas with one another about how you can participate in working towards making our world whole, new, green, alive, and active. Thy kingdom come, church family. And if you have time, write the good stuff down too and give gratitude to God. With all the love and so much hope, I wish you a great week, church family.